What if the secret to unlocking overflow in your small business is as simple as knowing your solopreneur archetype? I'm talking energetic overflow, satisfaction overflow, financial overflow. It is so common for new solopreneurs and especially creative solopreneurs to get caught up in the latest fad that washes over their Facebook ads every time some bigwig marketer launches another program. But I've got something so simple to share with you today that will instantly clarify what you should be monetizing in your small business and how to package that up in a way that's easy for you to sell and deliver over and over again. In case you're new here, I'm Fanny. I've been a solopreneur since 2014, helping other solopreneurs to simplify their business strategies since 2017. In my earliest days in the online entrepreneurial world, back when I was doing copywriting, the vast majority of the folks I came into contact with were fellow service providers. It was a relatively new concept to work from anywhere, and everyone was interested in figuring out how they could leverage their skills and experience to have that laptop lifestyle too. Then around 2015, 2016, all the bloggers who'd gained massive followings on their own blogs started turning Instagram into more of the curated marketplace that we see crumbling today. And suddenly everyone at that time was trying to figure out how to craft the perfect feed and become an influencer with a capital I. Fast forward to 2018, 2019, and the coaching world exploded. Everywhere you looked, there were life coaches and happiness coaches and spiritual coaches and communications coaches and coaches for just about anything and everything. Now, some people thrived trying these new ways of doing business. And some flat out fucking closed up shop because they burned out doing something they discovered that they hated. Does that sound familiar? What if I told you that there's no right or wrong choice when it comes to choosing what to sell? That each of the archetypes can have a thriving small business. It's time to monetize what you do best. In this video, we'll explore the 3 different solopreneur archetypes. And if you're still not sure which one is right for you by the end of watching this video, you can click the link in the description box to take my quiz. So let's start with the freelancer. The freelancer monetizes their energy and skill set. Freelancers are real get shit done kind of people. Think copywriters, graphic designers, photographers, app developers. They're the ones you call when you need a specialist. Their work could be packaged up with active offers like done-for-you services, passive offers like downloadable assets, or a blended offer like a recurring membership selling template packs. Pros of being a freelancer? Your first offers are typically priced more on the high end while also delivering a very specific and tangible outcome. So of all of the archetypes, sustainability usually happens fastest for a freelancer. Cons of being a freelancer? If you get complacent when you have a handful of regular clients, it can be a devastating blow when a quarter of your income is suddenly gone because you were sure they would re-sign with you and you've got nothing else in the pipeline. So what do you think? Does the freelancer life sound like the one for you? Next up, we have the supporter. The supporter monetizes their knowledge and insight. Supporters have either done some shit, seen some shit, learned a lot about some shit, or some combination of that shit. Think coaches, consultants, teachers, mentors. You call on them for their expertise and their perspective on something. Their work could be packaged up with active offers like private lessons, passive offers like guidebooks to download, or a blended offer like a course that comes with 6 months of Q&A calls. Pros of being a supporter? Once you develop your method, framework, whatever you want to call it, you'll be able to reproduce that in as many forms as you want to scale your business. The only real differences in your offers at that point will be the level of intimacy and personalization that you can deliver to the buyer. Cons of being a supporter? If you're not mindful of your offer structure, pricing, and time management, you could wind up maxing out your energy on one-to-one client delivery and forgetting about your marketing until those contracts are up, putting yourself on the dreaded feast and famine roller coaster. What do you think? Does the supporter sound like you? And finally, we have the creator. The creator monetizes their personality and vision. Creators are characters. Think Instagram influencers, YouTubers, TikTok creators, podcasters, whose content is solely there to entertain you in some way. They're the ones you see taking pictures of their food and proudly setting up their tripod in the middle of the sidewalk. Now, this is a pretty new industry for normies to be allowed to explore, and a space that's always advancing and giving us more options to play here. So, needless to say, there are lots of ways influencers can make their money. The most common ones are brand sponsorships and user-generated content deals, or paywalled bonus content like a Patreon or Substack. Pros of being a creator, I mean, hello, creative freedom. Hello, having fun all day. Hello, literally making money being yourself. Paid experiences, once-in-a-lifetime adventures. I mean, that all sounds pretty good to me. Cons of being a creator? I could probably make a whole video breaking down the cons of being a creator. Not because being a creator is bad at all, but because everything I just described as the pros is like that meme with the tip of the iceberg being what you see, and everything you don't see under the surface is what too many creators and even supporters who help creators, come to think of it, don't want you to see. The creator requires a lot of upfront energetic investment, whether that means equipment or physical energy spent churning out massive amounts of content to build an engaged audience. And because of the nature of how this works, putting a lot of energy into something long before the fruits appear, a lot of would-be creators burn out too soon because this archetype typically takes the longest to see sustainability. Of course, for those who stick it out long enough to see that happen, they usually find themselves in massive overflow if they keep their momentum up. What do you think? Do you have that creator energy in your bones? So, we've seen all of the archetypes now, and maybe you feel like you see yourself in more than one of them. First of all, that's great. That means you're likely an excellent candidate for long-term solopreneurship, and that's something that may or may not be right for you as you grow. So let's take a look at the archetypes one more time and play around with our options for a hypothetical new client. Let's call her Lucy. Lucy knows what she's doing with the camera and has experience with the Adobe suite. If she wants to get started as a freelancer, her first offer might be a social media coordinator, where she styles, shoots, edits, and posts content to a brand's Instagram page in collaboration with a marketing strategist. If she wants to get started as a supporter, her first offer might be holding a workshop where she teaches new photographers how to better direct and pose their models at photo shoots. If she wants to get started as a creator, her first offer might be a brand partnership package where she receives product from a brand, shoots, edits, and posts a set amount of images to her own Instagram by a specific date. You see, Lucy gets to do whatever she wants. And crossover is likely to happen. But I recommend you're sustainable in at least one of the archetypes before you begin to grow another. It's just going to be easier that way. Now that you know your solopreneur archetype, you might be feeling like it's time to get back to the drawing board and create a new offer maybe? I've got you covered. Get my Create Your Signature Offer in a Weekend planner to walk through the process of developing, positioning, systemizing, and launching your new offer. It's super intuitive, all inside Notion. You're gonna love it. Oh, and the best part, it's only $27. So the ROI, literally through the roof. Tag me in your offer launch post so I can share it with my audience too. Thanks so much for watching to the end. If you haven't already, do me a solid and tap the like button so YouTube can get this video in front of the eyeballs of more cool people like you. Oh, and if you want to see the inside of the Signature Offer Planner, go watch this video for a quick walkthrough.